Here, got a hunch on this.
Well, then, sure.
When are you going to learn that a smile every few weeks means you don't have to dig through his wallet in secret?
Oh, cute. Very cute.
Oh.
Keep an eye out. I saw a stranger spitting right in front of the crawling monument.
This place has had its heyday, that's for sure. It's such a shame. My husband will be leaving Saint Denis on the very day of my arrival.
So it goes.
Bet's in, folks. Let's try
I'll
this
give
out.
this much.
Betting is over. Round's fixing to start.
Nothing for me.
Well, there it is.
Hit me.
So,
See you, Nate. No, gonna stand.
there it is.
I'll stand.
Stand.
Bets in, please. Bets are closed. Let's get started.
Yep.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, guys?
16.
Hope everyone had a good week. Kicking off the weekend tonight. Let me bring up the chat, though, first. I'm actually messing with the audio. Check 1. Check 2. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me. Much love to everybody. What is happening, guys? Everybody doing good? Much love, Doomer, Bob Locke, Claude 4RK. What's up, Claude? Mr. Flibble. Special shout out to Arthur Morgan. Young Guapo. What is happening, man? Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. Really hope everybody's feeling good. There's a pretty interesting mystery that's been unfolding within Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to investigate that. And that is actually going to, man, it's going to take us through some dimensions. So we'll be getting trippy tonight. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. Shout out to Gerald. Dropping the neon spiderweb emoji.
Why, hello there, sir.
Much love, man. Trippy Spiderweb. Man, good to see everybody tonight. Really hope everyone's doing good. I was actually kind of entertaining some, some family members that were in town. So they have flown back, and we can get extra trippy tonight. Which means we need a drink. Yes. I'll take
Drink anything.
a triple shot of whiskey.
Drink up.
Okay, that's not a triple shot. I suppose it'll do. But yeah, so we got an interesting mystery going on right now. A spiderweb mystery in the game. What's going on here?
What it used to be. Not for some time now. Ain't sure if you heard of the Gray family already. They own this damn saloon. They own the damn law. Hell, they own pretty much most of this town now.
Does it lok like we care?
Better for it, might
We
be.
don't care.
But a drink's a drink.
This is Arthur Morgan's town.
Good luck to you.
Kind of. Claude says, I just heard the news a couple hours ago. Good to see there's still stuff to find. Oh yeah, with the Spiderweb mystery, you know what? That is definitely a great takeaway to come out of this with, because, yeah, absolutely. It shows kind of what we've been saying the whole time. That there is
Just give me a drink, quick.
some mysteries, some secrets that have yet to be discovered.
Cheers to you.
And I think that's a big deal. That's for sure. Excuse me, guys. Let me drink some coffee. Appreciate y'all for joining up. You know we were just firing up the stream. Extra late night Insomniac stream tonight, guys. Got some really cool things planned. And you know how it goes, guys. You know, this is going to be a live investigation. This is a secret that's been probably there to find for a long time. You know, no one's ever discovered it. And yeah, man, we're going to investigate it for the first time tonight. Certainly have a lot of crazy things to show off. So as always, man, really hope everyone's doing good, hanging out, comfortable, and enjoying the night. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So got my coffee mug up, guys. Cheers to everybody in here. Mazel tov. I'm going to need more coffee. I'm definitely going to need your help, guys. If any of y'all have been investigating or keeping up with the mystery. So basically you have, you know, a spiderweb mystery in the game. There's going to be hidden spiderwebs, and, you know, there's some guitars and even little, I guess, etchings of a bird, you could say. We'll kind of look at some of this stuff. Now, granted, this is going to be my first investigation into it. So that's why I could definitely use your help. You know, anybody who has any theories or any thoughts, certainly would like to know. Now, I have to say, you know, this is a big secret that has just been discovered. But I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to lead to, if anything. This is not the first time that Rockstar has done a spiderweb mystery within a game. And, you know, something is very interesting going on, actually. So, can't wait to show you guys some stuff. You know what it kind of makes me wonder? Like, I wonder if there's any spider webs in Red Dead Redemption 1. You know, I feel like there might be one in that game as well. Gerald, what are you saying? Trippy, could we do some bounty posse missions this weekend? Because I need to level up. Yeah, possibly, Gerald. Possibly. We'll see if we have time. I mean, like I say, unfortunately, Red Dead Online, you know, there's not much going on in it right now, you know, especially because they've taken the call to arms out. So, you know how it goes. I mean, there's really, you know, people don't want to see some, like, 5-year-old bounty missions at this point. But obviously, it's fun to hang out with you guys. That's always crucial. Yeah, much love to everybody in here. Pouring it up. And we're going to be doing a live investigation, guys. So, wait. What happened to our shot glass? Alright, whatever. We're good. I mean, look at Arthur did. How many shots did we just do? That was like 3 or 4. Arthur seems completely fine to me.
Ladies?
Hey there.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, well, hello there.
Just kicking off the stream. Shout out to everybody just joining up. I think, man, much love Bob Locke. Dropped a dono at the very beginning before I even was looking at the chat. Much love, Bob. He says, this mystery has legs. Pun intended. See what you did there. Much love, RJ and Trippy fam. Slipshoe has ideas. Man, definitely could use them. You know, I mean, it's interesting, obviously. You have, you know, these hidden spider webs. The weirdest thing, I think, for me is that, actually, I'm going to grab some food before we head out. The weirdest thing for me is that this is a revisit to something that I've already looked into with a different game. You know, Rockstar is taking a very mysterious aspect from a past game and clearly bringing it back and, you know, like Bob said, putting more legs into it, that's for sure. But we're just getting started, baby. We're kicking it off with some cracked wheat and milk. Yes, delicious. I love cracked wheat and milk. Saturday morning when I wake up after the stream, I'm going to eat some cracked wheat and milk. Because it's delicious. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Is someone feeling a little lonesome today?
You got to crack it fresh. That's the key. You crack the wheat fresh and you pour the milk on it. No sugar. Nothing. No cinnamon. Rocket Smoke, what's up, dude? It's interesting how they do have spawn times. And again, that's something that, you know, has returned now. Also, you know, the latest video, you have the Strange Man channel on Red Dead Redemption, you know, 2. Basically, you know, he's been around for a while. Or they've been around. I don't know. I don't think they talk anymore. So it could be, who knows? It could be Tom Cruise for all we know. But, yeah, so I think they think they found the latest discovery that perhaps the spiderwebs have led to. So we got to check that out as well. And again, you know, I haven't really looked into any of these yet. So, you know, we certainly got to do it live. And really want to hear from you guys. Definitely need your help. We're here on the prairie, as Arthur Morgan. And you know we're going to have a trippy stream. This is going to be an extra trippy stream for anybody who has, you know, really seen anything about this mystery. So this is something that kind of got stirred up on Reddit. And, you know, of course on Reddit you're going to have a massive Red Dead Redemption community. So people are trying to figure this out. Now, will it lead to something big? I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys think, because Rockstar has really, you know, 2 games in a row now. They've really, you know, pretty much given us some wild goose chases, right? I think that is definitely a theme, right? Because going back to GTA 5 with the Chiliad mystery, seems like a lot of that content was taken out of story mode and then eventually dropped in GTA Online. So, you know, then it follows to Red Dead Redemption 2. I think there's a good chance that Rockstar, you know, this stuff, it might be cool and all, but, you know, I don't know if it'll actually lead to something. You know, because what do we have now? We have Gavin. We got the 3rd meteorite. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff that, you know, kind of goes unsolved if you think about it, right? All right, so 8:30 p.m. Now, let's see here. I was thinking I could start off by maybe trying to find one of these spider webs to kick off the stream. You know what I mean? Probably be the smartest thing to do. Now, there is one right here in the middle. Let's see here. It should be right around here. And that one is supposed to appear between 1 and 2. So let's see if we can get it to appear, guys. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, like I was saying, we're just kicking off the stream. This is going to be an extra trippy all-nighter. Definitely need your help. Drop your takes and whatnot. There we go. Refresh the chat. But yeah, so do some live investigating, and we'll even switch over to, you know, other games. You know, that's how trippy it's going to be. Much love, Cobra. Bob, personally, I think it's a dead end for now, but I'm hopeful the next gen edition could pick it up. That's true, especially, you know, when they're seeing people notice it, people actually discover it, because this is likely something in the game that was just found recently, you know? Ooh, what do we have here? So it's been in the game the whole time, and as I was saying, this kind of proves to what I was talking about, that there's definitely stuff in the game that goes undiscovered. I think people, you know, might not really realize that. People might not realize that, you know, there's some massive mysteries that haven't really been talked about as much. I think a lot of us, because we're pretty hardcore Red Dead Redemption fans, we know about some of this stuff. Alright, so we got 1 to 2 for the one I want to look at, which is right down here. So I'm going to try not to get too close to it, and that way we can approach it and see if this thing is here. Never seen one in-game. Of course, I've seen pictures and videos or whatever, but when it comes to secrets in games, you know, it really is about finding it yourself, right? Whether it be going back to, like, the Black Ops Zombies Easter eggs, and even further. Huge shout out to Fort Tooth Productions. You don't have to enter Fort Wallace anymore to see the bird symbols. Just use photo mode on tallest watchtower or binoculars. Okay, perfect. Fort Tooth, that's genius, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are always on point, and, you know, we're doing this investigation live. You know, a lot of people on Reddit, whatever, you know, they're doing things on their own and then kind of sharing along the way. We are live, and we're all, you know, kind of sharing ideas together. Huge shout out again to Four Tooth. Appreciate the comment, man. Trippy Sam Masto coming in hot. So Sam Masto had dropped the spiderweb emoji there, so I did have a trippy spiderweb for anybody in the who's a member of the channel. Good to see you, Sam Masto. Hope you had a good weekend. One of my favorite horses that we've ever had in Red Dead Redemption. Good old Frosty. Who's the White Arabian, man? White Arabian is always clutch.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's probably my second favorite horse after Buell. And, you know, it might be the most popular of all the horses, right? I mean, White Arabian, I've seen many people on videos, you know, say it's like the rarest horse, which it doesn't seem to be the rarest, but it's Old Trusty, that's for sure. Owen says there are wooden electrical poles you can shoot to reveal markings. Damn, dude. That's crazy, Owen. I've tried it on both regular and 100% profile. Didn't see any differences yet. Yeah, I mean, back on the original mystery, when it was in GTA 5, it would appear between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Which is the same time that the one that we're going to see first is going to appear at. So that's very strange, right? The same exact time from that game is in this one. Now, I think GTA 6, I think hopefully Rockstar kind of goes away from that, right? We have 2 games now of these open-ended mysteries.
Yep.
I'm hoping that, you know, perhaps Rockstar might not do that the next edition, right? In their new GTA, maybe they'll actually, you know, finish off some of these crazy mysteries and whatnot. But you never know. This thing could end with something massive. So we want to time this out. It's getting pretty close. We're going straight ahead. I'm guessing this is going to be the power pole up here. But we don't have much time. Will we be able to see a web in-game? Alright. See if we can find the power pole around here. Unless it's in the trees. Okay, here we go. 1 o'clock. Definitely a lot of power poles, but I don't see a web yet. Let me see, make sure we're at the right spot here. Let me look at the map. So is it... Okay, it shows it down here. Interesting. You know what, I think the other ones are actually power poles up top there. So maybe, let me see. It's always tough, you know, getting these timed ones down, you know, watching it for the first time. Okay, yeah, because this one, so it could be a tree. I wanted to try the power pole first. Let me see here. I know one is right. Looks like along this spot right there. Alright. As far as this one is concerned, though, it shows the spot right there. I don't know, because there are some power poles here, but I think this is something else. I remember Any Austin, his channel. He tried to follow the power poles. Another thing that there was also those bees nests You guys remember those? I feel like I haven't seen one of those in forever. I need to look up where we can find one. Alright, let's head to the one up top. You have the power poles here, but I don't think this is one that you can find there. So let's head north. Much love, Bob. Dropping a dono. If you use Devil's Cave Drunk Trick to get outside the map, you can explore the question mark area near Tempest Rim. Yeah, for sure, man. You'll definitely be looking at the outside area. It's over. It's to the east of Calumet Ravine, correct? We'll check it out for sure. I always thought when it comes to the spider webs that it might be like a certain, a certain group, even a certain Red Dead Redemption or GTA, developer, right, or somebody like that is almost putting their stamp on the game, with these spider webs. It's awfully curious, but it makes sense, to hide them on the power poles as well. Just because, it's just one of those things that we don't pay too much attention to. They're certainly very interesting, but we're not always looking at them. Much love, Vid, always. Interesting comment, Vid. Interesting. I mean, how many times have we went past these power poles? You really don't pay too much attention to them at all. And you can kind of tell with any Austin's video how, it's like, it's the start of something. Right now we got power everywhere, power underground. See, this one you can see is kind of, it's like they're not repetitive. Right? It's not like a repeated thing. It's like Rockstar's definitely, I guess, starting the, the world of electricity. I don't think, hold on, let me see the map. I just want to take a quick peek at this. Then you also have guitars as part of it as well. Alright, we could try this right here between 3 and 4. What time is it now?
Yeah.
Interesting. You can't set camps up near train tracks. Aha. Much love, Billy. Yeah, I do have the time frames here on this map that I'm looking at. We'll go check this one out over here near Saint Denis. Much love to, how do you say this one? Megman? What are the feathers around the webs? There are the feathers with the, the dream catchers. You know how you had to find the dream catchers away? I think those had feathers in them as well. So, leads me to believe like maybe there's some sort of texture or something like that. Bob Locke dropping a $10 donation. Slipshoe wakes up. He can explain his theory, but the webs for sure are all on power poles. The guitar stuff is open to interpretation. Appreciate the dono, man. Alright, so there's one right here that spawns between 3 and 4. 3 and 4, so we'll see if we can time that one up. Man, we're wanted everywhere around here, though. We gotta be careful. Shizen. Alright, you know what? We'll get a room. Hopefully they let us get a room as a wanted man. I don't know. tough being Arthur. Hey, once again, guys, we're just starting off the stream. Just getting warmed up. Hit the like button. It really helps out. Massive shout out to Bob dropping the triple dono.
Alms for the blind.
Who's that? That guy probably doesn't know anything. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. We got the right of way. They probably didn't even have right of way back then. It was probably just absolute free-for-all. Horses, buggies, wagons, skateboards. Wait, we gotta get a room first. Trippy Sam Masto, feathers at the burial site as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it kind of reminds me of that. It might be a way just to add, you know, that Native American presence to it. Or, you know, maybe you can secretly collect them. You know what I mean? Like, perhaps that's like an invisible collectible, which is something Rockstar would definitely do.
Just a cough.
Just a cough, no worries at all, man. You would like to rent a room?
Can I get a room, please?
If the Federales come a knocking, you just tell them you haven't seen old Arthur. Not here. He's probably at the brothel. Much love, Doomer. What's up, broski? Forget right of way. Back then, they hadn't even decided what side of the road to drive on. Oh yeah, you're right, dude. What about traffic lights? Did they invent those because you know, the horse traffic was too bad?
Are you looking to have some fun?
Yes. Yes, I am. What's the yes button? Rob, decline, or reject? What? Where's the yes button?
No worries, darling. But I can assure you I am worth every cent.
Every cent? What? Every cent? How much cents we talking? 50 cents? There's no yes button, guys.
Much, do you?
Rockstar, you are a troll. Alright, let's sleep until nighttime. Yes. Alright, so we're going to go to this spot here in Saint Denis. It appears between 3 and 4 p.m. Delightfully devilish, Rockstar. You guys having a good weekend so far? Alright, let's get out of here. I don't see any men in black waiting for us. That's a good thing. Coming down. Let me know if you got anything exciting going on over the weekend. It is a little bit rough when you're dealing with these, you know, the wanted aspect of it all. Alright, let's see if we can see our first Spiderweb. Yeah, as always, drop a comment. We'll be here all night. Got a special marathon stream playing for y'all. And, you know, it'd be nice if we see a Spiderweb. Obviously, we don't really need to see them all because unless there is some angle, you know, that we do have to see them or collect them all. The Lowenstein brothers. What are they up to? Lowenstein brothers' highest loans on diamond watches. Highest loans on diamond watches. Cash advanced on gold and silver watches, jewelry. Wow, look at this pig. Living the life.
Howdy.
Look at that, sleeping, having a good old sleep. Enjoying life, right? Yeah. Gonna have a busy weekend ahead of them. What time is it?
Hello.
Getting closer. Is that a working, like, is that chapel actually, is it open? I don't know if we've ever seen anybody going in there. As much as I think, you know, AI is I'm a little skeptical. But then when they add AI to video games, right? Because right now we have these NPCs that are just, they're on a script. But if you could have NPCs that think for themselves, kind of walk around and whatnot. And then you have the chapel right here. Maybe go in, some go in. Got just a little bit longer. The Spiderweb, hypothetically, should be right around here. I'm looking at the map, and this is kind of the, looks like the most southern one, actually. Actually, there is another one closer to Rhodes that might be technically more south, but this one's all a little bit alone on an island. And it looks like it should be right about here from 3 to 4 a.m. Hit the like button. Much love to everybody just joining up. If you join the Trippy Club, our membership, or if you're already a member, we do have a limited edition Trippy Spiderweb emoji that you can drop in the chat. I don't know if we can get too close or what. You know, hopefully, I know how to use. I know how to see the spider webs in another game, so I assume it's probably similar. There probably is a high possibility that this doesn't lead to anything, but we certainly got to investigate it, because if we can see it in the game, it definitely is pretty mind-blowing. Let's see if a spider web is visible. 3 o'clock a.m., the witching hour. I think maybe these marks are, I guess, off. You assume they'd be right here. Huh. Unless it's 3 to 4 p.m. Can't be, right? There it is, there it is. We got it. There is the spider web. Man, that is very fascinating, isn't it? There you go, guys. Our first spider web in game. That is it. The feather definitely reminds me of the ones from the Dreamcatcher. Look at that texture, dude. That is not meant to be. That is definitely not meant to be like a real texture in my eyes. That's not meant to be a spider web. That's meant to be an Easter egg. 100%. Very interesting, guys. You can shoot the feather, but you cannot take it. I gotta see if it works the same way as the one in GTA. So you can shoot the feather. So there's the spider web. Does it just disappear at 4? Or do you if you look away and then look back, will it not be there? I'm guessing that's the case, but let's see. So it's only there, guys, between 3 and 4 a.m. They're always on the poles near the wires and always in the early a.m. Okay, I figured. Cloud disappearing behind it. Alright, so I'm guessing I'm going to look away, look back, and it's gone. Exactly like the GTA Spiderweb mystery, guys. They have brought it back. They have brought it back. And I will show you what I'm talking about in GTA, but that is 100% the same thing, guys. Now, the one in GTA is interesting for a certain reason. Though both of those appear the same time, guys. They both appear between 1 and 2 o'clock. So that is 100% the same mystery. That is they brought it back. So that's pretty fascinating. I think the issue is that Rockstar, between this game and Grand Theft Auto, the past GTA game, where that also had the Spiderweb mystery, I think they have this trend of starting up mysteries but not exactly finishing them off, right? Between Chiliad mystery, IKZ, Gavin, the third meteorite, John's third nipple, and then of course you have, I mean, there's tons of mysteries, right? I mean, Strange Man. I think Trelawney is almost like a Strange Man-esque character from this game. There's plenty of stuff we can talk about. But always, what does a spider do? Spawn webs. Spider spawns in web. It's same way every time the others, and it will not be correct. What do you mean, Vid always? Alright, let's head over to Valentine. Really hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Kicking it off. It's almost 3 o'clock a.m. here on the East Coast, man. We can find some real-life spider webs. Wait, forget I said that. I don't want to find real-life spider webs in the house. There was one stream, people who go way back. It was probably a stream like 5 years ago, something, when I first started streaming. Massive shout out to Bob Locke, laying the groundwork for GTA 6 connection. Wow, that would make a lot of sense, Bob. Especially now that they have it in 2 games in a row. That's very interesting, isn't it? And I'll show it off in GTA. Definitely have a lot to show off here. Much love, Bob. MVP, my friend. Red Belt, only 2 we know of so far in GTA 5. Well, actually, there's something else too. I do have a couple other, interesting ones as well. All right, so let's make our way to Fort Wallace. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the birds that were discovered in Fort Wallace can be found anytime, right? Hopefully. So yeah, I was streaming and there was a massive spider in my room, right? So I was streaming at the time. I streamed in the living room. I lived by myself, and so I kind of did the streaming in the living room, which was nice. I like that. And I went into my room, and there was a massive spider like in the corner, and it's crazy because dude, it's like one of the biggest spiders I've ever seen, and somehow it was in my bedroom. It was pretty freaky. Spiders are smart too. So I don't know. I don't even know how it got in. Something that big somehow got into the place. But apparently, if spiders like that do get into your house or whatever, they're not going to live for that much longer because they don't have the resources of the food inside the house at all. So that was freaky. Ever since then, I'm not too fond of spiders, that's for sure. They're freaky. Much love, Fluffy. 1 year member. What? Damn, it's been a year already? Holy shnikes. Massive shout out to Fluffy. Hugs to the Trippy fam. Wow, I will definitely heart that. That is amazing. 1 year anniversary and a haymaker dono. Hold on. Trippy doggo wanting to come inside. What the heck? What's up, buddy? Why you want to come and hang out in here? Normally during the stream he hangs out on the couch, but alright, yeah. He wants to hang out in here. He's got his little doggy bed. That's cool with me. Wow, much love, Fluffy. Damn, you guys are definitely in some good vibes tonight, that's for sure. So here we are, Fort Wallace. And, you can get in there and get on top, but the chat also said we can use the camera mode.
Whoa.
And we should be able to see it as well. So we'll scope it out. Hold on one moment. Let me help out Trippy Doggo. Once again, guys, hit the like button. Let me just adjust his bed real quick, guys. Fluffy, you're in charge for a second. Check 1, check 2. Alright, guys. Hold on. There we go. That should be perfect. I accidentally turned my mic up, so had I said something, I would have just blasted your eardrums. Good thing I noticed it. It's like I turned the audio up instead. I turned the mic up, so that would have been bad. So the tallest tower... You ain't supposed to be here. Who's supposed to be anywhere? Alright, is it this one? Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Hey, I said don't shoot. What part of don't shoot don't you understand? They're shooting. Alright, it's all good. Let's see if we can look on the top here and find these birds. Aha! There it is. There it is. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Now, you know, this mystery Reddit and, you know, people like that, some people on Twitter, and then, of course, Strange Man, you know, investigating this. I think people looking at it, they're thinking, oh, it's the birds, right? It's the birds. Well. Leave it for the Trippy fam to enter the fray and realize it's not birds at all. These people don't know what they're talking about. It is clearly butt cheeks. I think it's butt cheeks. Maybe it's a tea bag. Boobs. No, never mind. It probably is birds. You know what? It probably is birds. I'm going to go with that. I'll go with birds. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Now, people are automatically throwing this in with the spider webs, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Are we sure that the spider webs and the guitars are part of this thing? Oh, look at that. Is that a tree on the very tippy top of that? I'm a little skeptical that, you know, they are connected, but it is pretty interesting. I mean, talk about a very discreet symbol. Trippy Scotsman. Yeah, we'll try to see that question mark for sure. Interesting. So two potential birds. Now they look like when you find, I'd like to see the 100% map, or at least the map after you find the you know, the hidden Bigfoot character, you know, whatever you want to call that guy, the giant. I think they're the same looking birds from the map, right? And then, hold on, let me get the cat real quick. I need to get the water gun. Trippy Cat's been in and out of this door like 4 times in like the past hour. Hang on 1 minute, guys. Check 1. Okay. I led Trippy Cat outside, and that's where they will stay for a while. Okay, so clearly the 2 birds. Now, does that go in the direction of the Bigfoot character? Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of people also mention. You know, potentially it is something to do with that. All right, these guys are trying to shoot us. I don't know. Let's head on over and see if this is an actual question mark. There's a lot of people. How many guys you need in that fort anyways? What are y'all doing in there? There's a lot of dudes. I never seen any females in that Fort Wallace. You guys are eating pudding in there. That's fine. Alright, let's head up towards the Calumet Ravine. So when you find the Bigfoot character, we'll have to switch it up to a different profile at some point, because there is... Actually, you know what? I think we'll do that now. I'm going to switch over to John Marston. Let's do it. Massive shout out to everybody in here. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Guitars smash spiders. Oh yeah, you're right. Technically. Much love, Billy. One of the poles with a spider web get you to shoot the bark, and guitar symbol is under the bark. Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. What about the birds? I mean, birds do eat spiders, for what it's worth. Birds eat spiders. Spiders sometimes kill birds, right? Those big ones in Australia or something like that. It's all making sense now. Fort Tooth says, I've been looking for birds in trees, thinking up north, maybe they spawn at a time similar to spiderwebs. There's a lot of trees. Oh, there's definitely a lot of trees. I think we can go to Wapiti, can't we? Perfect. Massive shout out to You Rock the House. Says, no women, all dudes, 2 dudes, 1 cup activities. That sounds terrifying. That's why the Trippy fam, we're going to produce a sequel to 2 Girls, 1 Cup. It's going to be called 3 Girls, 2 Cups. It'll involve a brownie. Much love, Emily. Forts are for hiding and drinking. That's true. That is true. Except for Fort Riggs. That place is kind of depressing. Now take a look at this, guys. Do you think it's meant to represent that bird? So that bird right there classifies you have discovered the giant. But it is different, you know? I mean, it at least has a little bit more detail. Interesting. Alright, let's see if we can spot this question mark, supposedly. It seems to be, you know, it very well could be one. I've had a ton of people message me through the days and, you know, say they've seen something in a rock or whatever. It's a little bit kind of foggy around here. Let's maybe change up the time. But you just saw there was two birds, like those, you know, kind of basic bird etchings, which you could find in the rooftop of a guard tower. Alright, let's try morning time. Much love, Vid always. I'll be right back. Y'all stay trippy, you hear? The wifey said, if I can hear RJ, that means you can't hear me. Uh-oh. Come on, man. Tell her, you know, do a little sexy time during the stream. I'll make it awkward, right? As soon as you're about to climax, I'll start talking about something really weird. I don't know what. I gotta think of something weird, though. The worst possible thing, you know, like you invite your lady friend over, watching the stream together. It's a trippy stream tonight, right? Looking at these spider webs, it's definitely going to be a good one. We're going to cross the dimensions into other games and whatnot, but, you know, then you do a little quickie action. Nothing wrong with having a quickie during the live stream. I could be doing it right now. You would have no idea. But then, you know, things are starting to get hot and heavy, and that's when I mention the biggest turnoff ever. Micah Bell. Could you imagine, you know, you're like, oh yeah, and then Trippy starts talking about Micah Bell. The moment is gone. So let's see here. Potential question mark. I see it already. Now, is it because we already know about it that it stands out? I don't know. I mean, I will say it did stand out to me, but it's very discreet. So, what they would classify as the question mark, this is actually Strange Man himself, you know, claiming to discover the next step. Do you think that right there, do you see it? Is that a real question mark? Based on that picture right there, you know, just the pause where it changes up the color and everything. I don't really think it is, right? That just seems like it's just a random, you know, it's just a random texture. Right here, I suppose it does stand out. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That seems very skeptical right there. How, I mean, and it's tough, right? Because you want to say, who the hell's going to notice that, right? It's just random lines in the side of a mountain. Let's go into photo mode. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Gerald, who's quoting Gwen Stefani. How many times did I have to tell you, Gerald? We do not quote Gwen Stefani around here. So don't speak, because I don't need your reasons. Don't tell me because it hurts. Let's see here. What do y'all think, though? Is that a spider web? Man, alright. Let's do a quick vote here. So I'm going to do a quick poll. Or not, is that a spider web? Damn you, Gerald. You have me thinking of No Doubt now. So, is that a question mark? Alright? Or is it just, you know, random texture, guys? I'm going to put the vote on there. What do y'all think? I would love to hear what you guys think about this one, man, for real. This is interesting. Now this is where you find the birds that eventually do lead you to the, that mysterious giant, invisible giant creature, that talks to you and whatnot. But there it is. Again, if you can't see it, you guys let me know what you think. It's right there. That is the supposed question mark. Really would love to hear what you guys think. So far, looks like the chat might be actually leaning towards yes, it is a question mark. Super Mario Brothers? Are we going to get coins? Alright guys, I'm going to turn up the audio for just a moment. I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'll be right back. Boom. Let me know what you think. Sorry about that. Huge help by letting me know if you guys think it is a question mark or it is just a random texture. Let me know. Much love. Hit the like button. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. By the way, Trippy Sam Asto, you're in charge, broski. Much love, man. Alright guys, made it back. Got my coffee refilled. Cheers to you, everybody in the chat here. Bringing it up. There we go. Anybody still here? Massive shout out to you guys. Much love. You rock the house. Denzel. Denzel says, I think this mystery is bigger than we all think, to be honest. Really? So 70%, guys. I'm ending the poll right here. 70% thinks that the question mark is indeed a question mark. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and fast travel over to, I guess, Strawberry, right? Let's go there and see if we can make it to the question mark. That said, should be right around here. It's just luck to actually get there. Actually, you know what? It'll probably be outside the map more. Maybe right about here. Actually, you know, we do have something, I think, to interject with, you know, with that mystery, guys, or at least the question mark angle of it, because there are a couple other things in that area that are pretty interesting to me. Much love to Mike Hawk, who says, I think Rockstar is trolling. They have to be trolling at least, you know, in some capacity. Much love, Gerald. So yeah, 70% of you guys, or at least, you know, the people that voted, think that the question mark is actually a real question mark. Like, that is intentional from Rockstar. What do we know about this mystery? We know that not everything has been discovered, right? So for what it's worth, there's going to be, you know, some undiscovered elements to it. Another thing that we probably got to go look at, you know, maybe we can take a look at that first, is the time traveler cabin. Because I'm wondering if the cabin has any spiderwebs in it, right? Does the mural itself, the time travel mural, does that include any spiderwebs? Definitely something we should look at. Special shout out to Rocket. Can you do the river crossing trick to get to Mexico? River crossing trick to get to Mexico? What are you talking about? In story mode? I mean, you can do it in either story or online mode. Brian, what's happening?
Easy there.
Denzel says, I think it's intentional, but much more to it. So, you know, we'll be looking at the spiderwebs in a different game. We'll switch over to a different game. Definitely have something I got to show you guys. We'll be doing that, and in that case, there was only 2, you know, the really mysterious spiderwebs found. There's something else I could show you, which could be included as well. But as far as, you know, the 2 hidden spiderwebs that you can find in Grand Theft Auto 5 here, there's a lot more. Seems to be a lot more to it. So we have 100% in this file, so we can return to the time traveler cabin. And this is where I figured we'd take a quick look at the mural to see if there's any spider webs on this thing. I don't think there is, but if we end up seeing one, you know, that could be definitely something big. Doesn't look like there's a spider web. It's a sun. Looks to be a third eye above Francis Sinclair. The Egyptian pyramids. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't seem to have any spider webs, so I figured we'd stop by on the way to the cave. But yeah, so we know there's got to be an undiscovered spider web or something involved with this mystery. So as much as, you know, maybe some people would believe it's a dead end, at least for now we know there's got to be something that hasn't been found yet.
My boy.
So let's go ahead and go towards the cave. Hey, once again, really hope you guys have a good weekend coming up. What time is it? It's 3:11. Good man. 3:11 Saturday here on the East Coast. Really, really hoping that Grand Theft Auto 6 does not get delayed, guys. Get to go back to Vice City this year. It'd be nice timing. For those of us here in the U.S., they're going to have the college football championship game, right? American football. And that game is in Miami, and the University of Miami made the game. So, you know, it's just already some Vice City vibes. And, you know, just really looking forward to that. You know, really would be fun to look at some mysteries in that game. You know, we're going to be investigating them together. Of course, you got the future GTA Online. We can join up in that, do bank heists, and who knows what else. So hopefully Rockstar will be able to release their next game this year, and who knows, maybe there'll be spiderwebs hidden in that game, because right now we have the hidden spiderwebs in GTA 5. Perhaps that's where the mystery started. You know, this whole mystery might have started in that game, because after looking at the spiderweb here in Red Dead Redemption 2, it definitely seems to be connected, right? It seems to be the same type of spiderwebs. Trippy Scotsman, good morning, man. It's the witching hour for me after 3 o'clock a.m. A lot of you guys across the pond, so, you know, first thing in the morning. I'm going to have a pretty good morning myself. Got some fresh bacon. Got some bacon in the fridge. I bought some biscuits, so I'm going to make some biscuits, bacon. You know how it goes. You got to start off with a good breakfast on a Saturday. But we'll have plenty of live streams all weekend long. You know, be sure to sub to the channel if you are new. Hit the notification bell. I had family in over the weekend, so I had to entertain them. And it was actually pretty cool because, you know, they were taking me out to some nice, you know, some nice local restaurants, which was nice. But it's definitely good to be chilling with you guys here on a Friday / early Saturday. Massive shout out to J-Mac. How do you say this guy's name? Tyven? The end of the question mark overlaid onto the map lead to Arthur's final resting place? What? Well, what would a spiderweb have to do with Arthur? Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's head inside. Actually, you know what? What time is it? 2:31? Alright, that's probably a decent time. Yeah. I think I'm actually going to sleep until we're going to do sleep until nighttime. And hopefully that should time out. We're going to try to reach the question mark. I saw people on Twitter covering the question mark outside the map, saying that it's impossible to get there without a mod. Not so fast, because we're going to get there without a mod. That's for sure. Gerald, you going to make some pancakes? Come on, man. You know I'm going to crave some pancakes if we start talking about that. I already broke the golden rule and mentioned bacon. But yeah, that's got to be one of the best things. Especially, you guys know me, I'm a coffee lover. Coffee and bacon? That might be the greatest combination ever. You know, so you somehow add sex into that equation and a PlayStation 5, and that's heaven right there. Can you do all that at the same time? Coffee, bacon, sex, and PS5. That's a great combination. I mean, it's dangerous, right? The combination of scalding hot coffee and nudity. That's kind of dangerous right there. Also, PlayStation 5 and bacon, right? Because you don't want to get your controller greasy, but it's worth that risk. I'm willing to risk it. Bacon. Alright, so we're heading in here. We're going to get outside the map using the cave here. Shoot. Hopefully we have enough drinks. Okay, barely. Hope all you guys are feeling good for the evening. I'm going to turn up the audio for you guys for a second so you can hear the creepy chant within the cave. Alright, y'all, so there you have it. Hopefully you could hear that demonic chant that happens there. Got the audio back adjusted for y'all. As always, hope everything sounds good and looks good. It should be full 1080p, 60 frames. Now Trippy Cat trying to get in already. What time is it in game? 11:23. It's a little bit later than I was hoping for, but it should be fine. Been out there for 30 minutes, cat. Okay, so let's do this. So, yeah, I was hoping that, you know, by the time we get there, it would kind of work out from a time perspective. Yeah, we'll see. It'd be nice to find a horse around here. Got to get lucky. Damn you, Trippy Cat. Why do you have to be nocturnal? Doesn't matter, guys, whether it be a coug in the video game, you know, a cougar, sort of wildcat, or Trippy Cat, I'm still going to get trolled. If you're in the Trippy Club, our membership here, we do have a cougar emoji. Yeah. But yeah, always been trolled by the cougs, whether it be here at the channel, you know, going back to GTA 5 in real life. I remember, you know, being in college, going out with the, you know, the IRL Trippy crew, and, you know, you're having a good time, you scope out that hottie, right? You're like, damn, she's sexy. I think I might go approach her. And instead, you're interrupted by a random cougar approaching you. Like, damn you, cougar. But when that hottie denies you, you go right up the cougar tree. No, just kidding. There you go, trippy cat. As soon as I open the door, the freaking dog's just waiting to pounce on the cat. The battle of cats and dogs, you know, it never ends. Hey, once again, guys, do me a favor and hit the like button. We got 120 people in here, but only 60 likes. We gotta up the like. If we can get to 80 likes, then we will join up in Red Dead Online. We will tie up Bob Locke, and we will throw him off of a waterfall. I think it's only fair. If we can reach 65 likes, guys, 65 likes, then we'll do it. Wait a minute, wait a minute. We're at 64. Bob Locke prepared to be thrown off Manteca Falls. Just kidding, of course. 65 likes. There we are. Ooh, into the snow. Surprised we don't see any horses around here yet. But yeah, just kidding. Really appreciate the likes, guys. You say Fluffy? The only one that ties Bob up. Oh my god. TMI, damn it. Oh, Shizen. Oh, man. No, just kidding. But if we can get to 100 likes, then we will do a special bonus stream. If we can get 100 likes. But yeah, seriously, appreciate those of you who hit the like button. That really helps out. Much love to all the subs here at the channel. And if you're not subbed, you're a lurker. That's cool too. You know, as long as you guys are hanging out, you know, participating in the, you know, the vibes, definitely goes a long way. Hope you guys have a good Saturday coming up. I'm looking forward to my Saturday for sure. I mean, this is definitely a good way to kick it off. And I feel like, you know, for a lot of us who, I mean, we are some of the most hardcore Red Dead Redemption fans. Okay. And, you know, we've always said, especially me, I've always pointed out that there's got to be some other mysteries and secrets that go undiscovered. The game is too massive, right? There's just so much to see and so much to find. And there you go, man. This is just such big evidence of that, isn't it? You know, the fact that you have something that was underneath everybody's nose the entire time. Massive shout out to Slipshoe, Alan, Wow 157. No, there's no mods right now at all. We're on the Xbox version of the game. See, I'm using the Xbox version. No mods needed for what we're doing. Obviously, if you need any assistance doing what we're doing, I mean, you can do this yourself. You can do it in the game. You can find videos here to, you know, kind of show you the way. But regardless, you do not need a mod to do what we're doing. J-Mac, I don't have it marked on our map, but I do have a map that has it marked off. So it's going to be pretty much, hold on, it's probably going to be right about here. But I do have a map on my phone ready to go. You know, it shows off all the discovered spider webs and that stuff, all the locations. So we got that we can use if you're just joined up in the stream for the first time. We did see a spider web here live. So that was cool, and we looked at that. We found the birds, and we'll do a refresher as well. You know, this is going to be a marathon stream, guys. It's an all-nighter. The night is young, baby. It is only 3:30 a.m. We'll be chilling, and we're gonna be going through time, interdimensional travel. Who knows, man? It's gonna get real crazy around here. I promise you that. But yeah, I swear, it feels like we're just getting started, but we've already been live for like an hour and a half, dude. No way. That's crazy. That always lets you know, like, the most fun streams, guys, is when time is just going by so fast, and that's how it's going right now. But that's cool, man. I'm okay with it. I'm fine. I just made up a brand new cup of coffee, so I'm straight. Much love, Flibble. Looking forward to the PS5 arriving with Mr. Slipshoe. Dude, it'll be an awesome moment when we can join up with Slipshoe on PlayStation 5 in the Hobo Gang. Hobo Slipshoe. But that said, Slipshoe, I know online memberships and whatnot are expensive. That stuff adds up, especially, you know, for those of us who are already paying for the ridiculously expensive Xbox membership. I've been meaning to go in there and cancel that. It's like $30 or whatever. But yeah, so no hurry, no rush, that's for sure. You don't need an online membership to enjoy video games. That's especially if you have two consoles, you know, it's kind of tough. Like currently I have the Switch one, the Xbox, and the PlayStation. So it's rough. I mean, you guys know I certainly have that for the channel. You know, I want to make sure to have everything available so we can stream. You know, the Switch has a great catalog of classic games. So that's what I like having available for that. And then, of course, hooking up with you guys on Xbox and PlayStation Online. Huge shout out to German. Does anyone know if the Spiderwebs appear in Red Dead Redemption Online? I believe they do appear in online. The Spiderwebs that appear in GTA 5 are actually in story mode and in online mode. So, you know, I assume it's like that here in this game as well. Now, I'm not sure about the guitars that you can find and different things. Getting an up-close look at that spiderweb, though, you know, it's pretty interesting, the texture that they make it. For anybody joining up, the spiderwebs could possibly lead to a hidden question mark symbol. The question mark symbol, however, is outside the map. If you actually look at the question mark itself, it's located out the map. So not a location you can easily get to, and that's what we're attempting to do right now. Low Temp Gaming says, I've been sub since 2013, just about. Damn, is that true? Low Temp, appreciate that, my man. Much love. You know, for those who've been subbed for a while, hope you guys know that, you know, we ain't going nowhere through thick and thin. Go back pretty far. I mean, in fact, when the channel first started, it was certainly kind of a different world, considering it was like pre-COVID, and, you know, you can imagine how young I was. So, kind of grew up with you guys. Those of you who've been subbed for a while, and for those of you who haven't been subbed for a while, you know, that's cool too, because the best is yet to come, you know. We'll probably make it to like a 50-year anniversary someday, and then we'll be old as dirt at that point. I know some old people, you know, here in Florida. There's one person in particular I know who's he's going through some hardcore health issues all of a sudden. So, yeah, man. Really hope all you guys are doing good. Those of us who are feeling good right now, let's take advantage of it. We got to enjoy the night, have each other's backs. So we're doing our trip out to the question mark. I'm hoping to find a horse. It is actually perfect timing for the horse, so I think we should be able to locate one. I know, it is insane to think about Low Temp. And yeah, hopefully I can join up with you guys and in the next GTA Online. So I promise all of you guys in here, man, everybody in the Trippy fam, when it comes to GTA Online, I'm going to be hopefully a good resource for you guys in the channel. And then, of course, y'all can hook up with each other like a lot of you guys already do, to where, you know, we can make sure to stay ahead of the curve in the new GTA Online. I want to make sure we have plenty of money. You know what I mean? So if they add a new bank heist or something that costs $10-20 million, I want to make sure all of us, you know, are prepared for that so we can buy it in the game without having to get a shark card or whatever. So we'll be doing plenty of online meetups and ranking up and grind sessions. I promise you that. And that's obviously along with all the other stuff we're going to be doing. All right, we got to do a hard cut to the right. Wait, let me check something. Yeah. Massive shout out to Fluffy. Boo. I bet that scared everyone. That did not scare me at all, Fluffy, but it was a pleasant surprise. Much love. Appreciate the hell out of you, Fluffy. Always appreciate the good vibes, you know, the good juju that you bring. I mean, those of you, you guys know who you are. You guys are always cool as hell, and greatly appreciate that, man. Dude, I swear to God, the cat is already scratching again. Hold on. Alright. I have the water gun stashed away somewhere. I think it's like in a drawer in the kitchen or something. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I don't know what it is about Trippy Cat getting frisky during streams, wanting to go like in and out, in and out, in and out. Not like that, not during the stream. I'm telling you, it's only the world, you know how the world will kind of troll you. But yeah, you bust out the water gun and all of a sudden, the cat goes and hides for a while, you know? That's the trick right there. Okay, so we want to cut back around, do the wraparound maneuver to get over here. Hopefully this works. I think which direction are we going? South? There should be a horse somewhere in this region, I'm hoping. There's a full moon or something stirring up the cat. And Trippy Cat's cool as hell. You know what I mean? Like, that. It's just weird, like, all of a sudden during the stream. Because you know how cats are. Like, cats will sleep in the same spot all day, okay? If you set up a hidden camera at your cat, there's going to be certain days where that cat won't move, right? It'll find a spot and just pass out, and that'll be its day. But for some reason during the stream, it turns into an active cougar, right? Just non-stop on the prowl. Like, I swear, so I went out and, man, I wish we could ride these beasts. I went out to get the coffee refill. Dude, look how dangerous that is. That thing will gore you right there. And then eat your remains. But, yeah, so the cat usually chill, but sure enough, start the stream and it is highly active all of a sudden. J-Max says, what's the cat called? Let's see, fucker, shithead, little bitch, bastard, mofo, stupid pussy. Many names. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Low Temp says, you have been dedicated to Rockstar Mystery and Lore since day one. The pagan ritual site with the giant spider was found by you years ago. Now look where we are. Much love, man. Really appreciate that. I mean, obviously, you know, I have a blast with it, and You know, I remember starting the channel because I would do this stuff off cam, and you know, if I talk about some of this stuff real life, then people will think I'm nuts. You know, think about it. How crazy would people think if I go up to them and try to tell them about the hidden spider webs in Red Dead Redemption 2? I try, dude. Like, I had family in over town over the weekend, and you know, you try to explain this stuff to them. You know, I have one family member, this guy Len, really cool guy. You know, and he asks, he's like, "Oh, are you still doing the live stream?" And you know, you try to explain everything, and there's just no explaining to people. They don't understand Red Dead Redemption or any of this shizen. Like my pops try to say, you know, try to explain Red Dead Redemption. In his mind, he's thinking Super Mario Brothers. You know, it's just people in real life just do not understand this Red Dead Redemption mystery stuff. So, you know, obviously that's why I started up the channel, had to talk to somebody about it, you know, and try to work towards solving some of these mysteries and showing off some of these secrets and whatnot. Just the sense of community we get from YouTube is something that a lot of people will never understand. They'll just never get it. Which is kind of sad for them if you think about it, because, you know, having such an interactive, you know, a game. What the heck was that? Oh, not the cat again. But yeah, so mysteries and secrets, that sort of thing. It's a lot of fun, and because it's a little bit before some people's times, they'll just never get it. Going through the snow. Shizen guys. So for anybody who's just joining up, we're trying to get to that question mark location. I didn't see any horses back there. I probably should have went more south. There is another horse spot though that we're going to reach. Hold on. Apparently the threat of a super soaker did not threaten the cat. Let's go up here. Hope you guys have a good Saturday. Wanted to give a quick shout out to anybody who's new. My name is Trippy or RJ, whichever you prefer to call me. I don't care. You can call me Jackass McGee as long as you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're going to have a big live stream tomorrow night as well. And we still got a lot to get into tonight, so you can get comfortable. We're less than an hour from 4:20 a.m. my time. The night is young. Call a booty call over. Brew some coffee. Cook a pizza. You got time for practically anything. Low temp. I truly believe that there's aliens working at Rockstar Games or had some part in the development. What? Damn, dude, that's crazy. Have you ever thought that maybe we're the aliens? Young Guapo dropping the Spiderweb emoji. We have a limited edition Trippy Spiderweb emoji that you guys can drop in the chat anytime you want. So the way this should time out, I'm thinking we should get there at perfect timing. But that's provided I don't die. As you can tell, yeah. It's rather dangerous right now. Fluffy saying, we are all Steve Balls. Where is Steve Balls, by the way? I don't know what to make of the spiders. I'm going to show you guys a massive spider discovery in another Rockstar game that seems to be the origins of, you know, what's going on here. So it's something I've been trying to think about for quite a long time, kind of wrapping my, you know, my mind around. And that's why my only, my major theory is that Rockstar must have somebody working for them, whether it be a team or an individual who maybe goes by some sort of Spider moniker. Maybe he's a guitar player. He likes doing that in person. Like maybe it's just like one person or a few people who put this stuff in the game as an Easter egg, because that's something that would be cool to do. Like say all of us in here, right? All 119 of us right now, 120 including me. Let's say we all were part of a team that was creating, we're doing something on Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Maybe we're all, you know how like there's a whole team here in Red Dead Redemption 2 who's in charge of the horse's balls, making sure the horse had a realistic looking dick. Perhaps we could be that team in GTA 6. Like maybe we are in charge of making Lucia's nipples look as realistic as possible. Well, we would want to put an Easter egg in the game to represent us. Like, what would ours be? Ours would be like a, maybe a cougar, right? Maybe our Easter egg would be we would have, a special cougar in the game that has abnormally large balls, right? And that would be our Easter egg. We would say, like, somebody finds it, they'd be like, what? This one cougar has bigger balls than every other cougar in the game. It's clearly an Easter egg pointing to the Trippy fam. Maybe the spiders and the spiderwebs are some sort of Easter egg. It just seems very strange. Alright, going around the glacier, guys. Wish me luck. Fluffy, what are you bringing up, the giant spider from Lord of the Rings? That would make sense. I could see something like that, maybe a reference to Lord of the Rings, especially, with, Rockstar having such a British influence, I think Lord of the Rings, definitely a popular movie. Across the pond, I think they could definitely represent, something like that. It could be a possibility. I can't see nothing out here, guys. Slipshoe, what's up, man? Point says, cougar balls sound like they'd make a nice trinket. The cougar ball trinket. Arthur actually gets laid if you use it. Right? Because right now, as you saw earlier in the stream, you could have one of the, females of the night, we'll call them there in Saint Denis. They will offer their services, right? It was like, what'd she say, like 50 cents, and I'll give you the total package. And Arthur's like, no thank you, right? I don't like girls. But if you get the cougar ball trinket, suddenly Arthur is into girls and he's super horny. He's humping the girl's legs like a, those dogs that hump people's legs? You just have Arthur do that. But only if you have the cougar ball trinket. Alright. Imagine anybody just joining up in the stream and watching this part. It's like, where the hell are they? Where are these guys? I've never been here before. This is actually a really good secret trail. If you go up here and then once you're at the top, look at that, dude. By the way, look at this, dude. This could be like the hidden crater. Like maybe the meteorite was meant to be back here. But I digress. If you go up here and then you go over this ridge, that's where you can kind of go along the top of the mountainside here. Huge shout out to Alan, Low Temp. We got, how do you say this one? Carolyn Davies. What's up, Carolyn? I just finished this game for the first time tonight. No freaking way, Carolyn. I really hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations. Did you beat it with Arthur, or did you beat it past that? Either way, it's a powerful game. And, especially the people that actually take the time to beat Red Dead Redemption 2, I think a lot of those people are really the ones that believe this is the best game of all time. I think it's up there. Pound for pound. I mean, look what we're doing right now. This is pretty sick. Not too many other games where you're scaling a mountain that's not even inside the map. Alright, we're heading down. Whee! What the heck was that? Stop dead in our tracks. Alright, so now we can just do a straight shot. Don't forget to drop a comment. If you're in the Trippy Club, if you're a member of the channel, we do have a Trippy Spiderweb emoji just for tonight. Quick refresher while we're running there. You know, you have this new discovery in the game. This is something that has likely been in there maybe the entire time, or at least, you know, for quite a while. There's different hidden spider webs. I'll show you another one coming up next if you haven't seen it yet. This is a mystery that goes way back for Rockstar. I have something really crazy to show you later on in the stream as well, where we're going to have to actually switch to a different game. And yeah, man, we've been looking at the spiders. There's also what looks to be hidden bird symbols that was showed off, and they're also connected to hidden guitars. Carolyn saying, now I can search for the Spiderweb mystery online and not worry about spoilers. Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, there is one major spoiler in the game. Hold on, drink some coffee. There's one major spoiler in the game, but other than that, I think it's more minor spoilers that don't matter too much. And the one spoiler that, you know, is pretty big, of course. I think you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to Arthur Morgan. But the spoiler that happens with him, if you played through Red Dead Redemption 1, then it probably wouldn't surprise you very much. You know, it wouldn't be one of those spoilers that certainly catch you by surprise. It would be something you anticipate happening. J-Mac, I mentioned Charlotte's Web. So here's the thing. You know, these spider webs we discovered in Grand Theft Auto 5, and it was the same type of deal, right? Where these were likely in the game for a long time and just nobody found them. The ones in Grand Theft Auto 5 only appear between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock a.m. And you can find the same thing here in Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's pretty obvious it's kind of the same thing, right? It's similar, if not connected. Okay. So, you know, they were in the game for a very long time. Nobody ever discovered them. And back then, you know, I did mention Charlotte's Web, so of course, back then I was making videos about it. Not too many people were. And because of that, a lot of those old videos, people have been watching. I get, you know, messages when people drop a comment on videos and whatnot, and I'm starting to get an influx on people watching those old Spiderweb videos, which is pretty cool. Dude, this looks like a trail right here, doesn't it? This looks like a potential road. Massive shout out to Savage Darts. $2 holler, Savage. Not any animal stuff, maybe. Tits in the wash tub? Tits in the wash tub? What does it mean, Savage Darts? Sounds like a song. Tits in the wash tub, tits in the wash tub. Get a rub. Tits in the wash tub. I don't know. Something like that. We'll make it part of the Trippy album. The debut Trippy album. Which will be called Tits in the Wash Tub. You think we're going to find a giant spider? That would be crazy. We find a giant spider outside the map. Shout out to Sadax Pep. Love you, Trippy man. It's been a long time since I caught one of your streams, but I've been subscribed since the early GTA 5 mystery days. Nice, dude. Hey, you have no idea how good that makes me feel. Really appreciate that. Hope everything's all good in your end of the spectrum, in your world. Here where I'm at, you know, it's not too shabby. Beautiful weather right now. Not freezing or nothing here in Florida, and usually it's, you know, hot as balls around here, so it's nice having that perfect weather. I was telling you guys I had family in over the weekend. Or not the weekend, sorry, the week. I had family visiting from Maryland, and, you know, because they, I guess, really wanted to eat some seafood. You know, you come to Florida on the beach and whatnot, they wanted to get some seafood, so I was lucky enough to where they took me out to eat for, you know, 3 days in a row there, and pretty dang good, man. I tried some swordfish the other day. I don't know if you guys have ever tried swordfish, but holy shizen, it was super fire. Swordfish? Talk about a swanky meal, right? I'll take some swordfish. What is that? The hell? Is that a rock sliding down? There it goes. Whoa. What the hell? Is that even a rock, or is that just like a cube? I don't know if that's a rock, guys. Oh, it's a bottle. Oh, it's the tonic. Okay, I see. I threw it and it slid down. My bad. I was wondering where a random rock would come from in the snow. Alright. We're almost there, guys. Massive shout out again to Four Tooth. Appreciate you, Four Tooth. Special shout out to the Outlaw Gamer. Much love, Outlaw Gamer. Good to see you. Feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit. Savage Darts hanging out. Daily Bread's in the chat. What's up, Daily Bread? Okay, so we're getting out of the snow. If we find a spiderweb out here, by the way, that would be a massive discovery. And again, we're actually going to switch up into a different game at some point during the stream. I was telling y'all, the night is young, and we're less than 30 minutes from 420. So whatever you guys have to do a toast at 420, we'll all do it together. Whether it be, I'll drink my final sip of coffee. I'm going to cut myself off on coffee at 4:20 a.m. Switch to water. Actually, I got some good juice in the fridge. Apple mango juice. I don't know if you guys ever tried that one, but that's a good combo. Apple and mango. Mango is probably my favorite fruit. That's a tough choice, right? If you have to go on record with the best fruit. Alright, looking like we're going to time this out perfect. I think that if you had to do like a worldwide poll on everybody, like what would be considered the most favorite fruit, I'm guessing it would be banana. You know, if you like classify everybody across the world, because banana's like universally loved. I'm going with mango though. Taco Schmacko, the one and only Taco Schmacko, thank you for blessing the stream. You've brought everybody some good juju just by being here. Good old Schmacko says, isn't it so cool that we are still discovering great things about this game? Taco Schmacko, that's an awesome comment right there, dude. Really appreciate that. Brings me a lot of joy when I see some high IQ comments like that. But yeah, you're exactly right, Taco. And as I was saying earlier, you know, there's got to be something undiscovered in this mystery. So if any of you watching this, you know, keep in mind, this is not donezo. All right? In fact, we're going to potentially the last clue found, just to see if we can find anything. It's outside the map, so we'll go give it a close look. Massive shout out to Sue Frazier. Welcome, Sue. Appreciate you joining in from New Zealand. Yeah, Fluffy. I was hoping to get a wild horse, but I didn't find one in the snowy area. I probably should have looked a little bit harder. But regardless, we're still timing it out perfectly anyways. We wanted to get there, of course, during the daytime, so it's kind of working out. That'd be pretty mind-blowing, though, if we could ever find one of these spider webs outside the map. Bird flying around. How much further do we have to go? Come on. Alright, time to button mash. Quick. There we go. That'll get you going faster. Blue Moon. Much love, Blue Moon Gamer Guy. Blue Moon, you're a legend for joining up with the Trippy Club. Appreciate that. Oh, I think I see a horse. There is some exclusive videos, some bonus videos that you can check out if you ever have some time to kill. Some pretty cool stuff. Nice, dude. We got to go with the Tennessee Walker with the cotton top hair. Simmer down. Much love, Blue Moon. But also we do have a limited edition Trippy Spider emoji. Or sorry, Spiderweb emoji. So that is available. For anybody who remember, you can drop that in the chat tonight. Massive shout out, by the way, to Ravencat. Ravencat, I think you might be the only mod here tonight. I don't think we've seen any other mod but you, so I greatly appreciate you holding it down tonight, Ravencat. You've quietly been an extremely solid mod ever since you first became one. And you've been awesome for a long time. Really appreciate you, my man. Alright, we made it, guys. We made it. Now, to find the question mark. We need to get to the highest point and then switch up to, you know, camera mode or something. So we can get an exact location. Low temp, this is, we're actually using the Xbox right now. We play on both the PlayStation and the Xbox. And I do have Switch, so in the event that they release Red Dead Redemption 2, I only have Switch 1 though, actually, now that I think about it. I'm sure Switch 2 would be where they would have to release Red Dead Redemption 2. Interesting, guys. It's got to be pretty close. I wonder if it'll let us go to the top of this thing. We got to be very careful because you know how this game will sometimes send you off a cliff. That is a good spot up there. Alright, I can't risk it though, so let's just stand right here and we'll go into camera mode. Of course, it's raining. Massive shout out to Trippy Sam Masto. Whoa. Huh. Man, it's trippy up here. Okay, so gotta be probably back there, right? Hold on, sneeze incoming. Dang it, guys, this rain isn't gonna make it easier. Bless me. But it should be early enough to where the rain will stop. Gonna be tough, dudes. Hopefully we can get a good enough view from up here, because we got to kind of look back at us to see the question mark. You know what? This might be something we're gonna have to do in online too, guys. We definitely will have to, because in online we'll be able to, you know, kind of have somebody spot us. You know what I mean? So, dude, where is... the ravine from here? So it's out that direction. I think we're on the question mark, but you know, it's really hard to confirm it, obviously. Keep your eyes peeled for anything suspicious out here, guys. I mean, this rain might have been caused by even going here. Much love, Sadax. No, this is our first investigation of the spiderwebs here at the channel. So we found for the first time during the stream, we found the actual spiderwebs and, you know, some of the different things that are hidden. Now, the last thing that the Strange Man channel here on YouTube that they think they have found is the question mark. I did do a vote here at the channel, and 70% of the people watching the stream, whoa, nice, do believe it is a question mark. And we should be in the area. It's, of course, outside the map. So we should be at the perfect location, the precise location to see this question mark. The issue being, I think that's it right there, right? That's the question mark. That's it right there, guys. That's it. Okay. So, interesting. So that's what it looks like from this angle. Alright. We got it. Pretty sure that's it. See if we can mark it. Much love, Blue Moon. There you go, Blue Moon. It's perfect that you're in the Trippy Club. Okay, so we just got to cross over to that side right there. So yeah, that would make sense. That would put the question mark right there. Let's cut over. Interesting though, right? The fact that you can scale this area no problem. So we're outside the map, but we are at the precise location that the question mark is at. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. We'll go to the spot and I can bring it up on the map too, just to verify. It's tough because certainly at this angle, it's going to be tough to line it up. Some horse medicine. Some horse meal. Horse meal. I believe this is the groove of the question mark right here.
Easy now.
So let's mark it right where we're at. Okay, so that would put it right here. Alright, let me bring up the map and see where they placed it on the official, well, not really the official map, it's a Reddit map, but let's check it out. Once again, guys, hit the like button. It's almost 420. Bringing up the map, guys. More lightning? What the hell? Alright. You know what, actually... Okay. I don't know, so I don't have it marked on the map, the question mark itself, but... Is this the right spot? Jeez, man, it's so hard to do it from up close. We're going to have to do this online at some point, so that way we can get a spotter. struck by lightning out here. So I believe that is the groove of the question mark, because you can see how it is white and it would create the symbol. Wonder how far down it'll let us go. Keep your eyes peeled, because if this is indeed the question mark, then there very likely could be something in the area, guys. Much love to everybody in here. Fluffy, Space Jupiter, Low Temp, massive shout out to Trippy Sam Masto. Fluffy, oh wait, no, that was Low Temp saying the feathers are red and black. Interesting. Maybe we have to sacrifice a bighorn sheep on the question mark? So it looks like we could maybe get to a spot where we should be able to see the question mark. Get to a decent perspective from outside the map. Certainly getting close to the ravine though. We do not want to fall off. I have to think at a certain point the game's going to start to drag us in. Alright, don't fall, don't fall. Oh my gosh, that was close. Heavy hitting the brakes. Alright, let's see if we can get a higher view. Well, yeah, that view's not doing much for us. Too dang bright. Alright, perhaps if we can go over on this side. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Got 150 people. We're at 88 likes. Don't forget that if we reach 100 likes, Sydney Sweeney will go on a date with a lucky member of the Trippy fam. It could be you. Even if you're in a relationship, you can't pass up on that, right? Be like, I'm married for 40 years, but I'm going on that date with Sydney Sweeney. Man. Rain is really making it tough. It's so rainy out here. Alright, so the question mark. You know how these textures go. You know, a lot of times you really do have to see them from the right angle. So I think maybe from right here this should work.
Easy there.
Let's try this. Wait, is the question mark up there? How high up was it? Hold on, let me look at this. Okay, it's pretty high, so maybe it was up there. Oh, man, we're gonna have to see if we can get around. If we can get a view from around the backside, that would be a huge help. It's gonna have to be, I don't know how we're gonna pull this off, but we're gonna have to ride the line, guys.
Hey, easy.
Much love the Owls music. What did you say, Owls music? The question mark is on a steepish part closer to the road around the lake than you think. Really? Appreciate the comment, Owls.
Easy now.
cheapish part. Let me see where it shows. I mean, it does show. No, that can't be it. So is it? I thought it was on. I'm pretty sure it's on this side though. All right, let's see. Maybe we can work out a view from on this end. Again, we got to be super careful because there's going to be a spot around here where the game's probably just going to pull us in towards the you know, the map proper. Hopefully from over here we should get a nice view. Much love, Shelly. What's happening? Hope you got a nice weekend. Right here should do it. There's that mountain. Oh, nice. This is a good spot. Oh, damn it, dude. I was hitting the brakes hard. Scheiße. But it was pulling me in, like I said. You could feel it tracker beaming. He was just kind of steadily creeping. There might actually be... Ooh, this is an interesting area right here. I think this could be a deleted area over here. Oh no, not well, we didn't even name you yet. We're gonna call you
Come on.
Buddy. Buddy the horse. I don't think, even though this is outside the map here, I don't think we're gonna be able to muscle our way up. There's probably some sort of invisible wall. But let's check, you never know. Okay. I don't think we can get up here. Let's try. This would be the spot here. Okay, looks like it did work. Alright, so we're good. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. There's the invisible wall. Just started going the opposite direction altogether. Interesting spot for an invisible wall, considering, you know, where we're at. Alright, so let's see if from here we should be able to get a good view of the question mark, though. I think it is further left, so that's why it's made it a little bit harder to see from this angle. So yeah, we'll do a stream possibly tomorrow night. We'll do another stream. So, and of course we still got a lot of stuff to look at tonight, but tomorrow night I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there in Red Dead Online, probably on PlayStation, so that way I can get there and then I can have one of you guys spot for me. You know, that would be perfect. So I'll reach out to the PlayStation fam. Gonna be back on the normal road here in a second. And we have our marker up there, so we'll see kind of how it was to where we lined up there. It's interesting being up there, though, that's for sure, but you know, of course, with the time-sensitive nature, that's where, you know, it could have a certain time where something would spawn. Look at that tree. Very natural looking. Going up. probably will be an invisible wall up in this area. Watch out for the rocks. Nice. The Red Dead Redemption 2 slide. I'm gonna have to try to make it up without hitting a rock. Okay, this way should work. Watch out for that tree. Really? There we go. And no. Yeah, we're probably going to have to go to that main perspective down there. Luckily, it's a perfect time for it. Yeah, Space Jupiter. The invisible walls, like this game, the invisible walls aren't even that bad. The invisible walls were the worst in Red Dead Redemption 1. Those things were brutal. Oh, that fish just grabbed, or that bird just caught a fish. Alright, let's go back over to the view so we can check it out again. Look at that. It's like a sea monster from back there. Can you kick a fish? Catch a sturgeon with your bare hands? Oh shoot, I forgot I'm John. Did we just start drowning from like ankle deep water? No! Much love to Owls, who says, so the symbols on the Fort Wallace Tower are green. If you combine them, it's a bit of an H shape. They're green? Really? Interesting, dude. Let's take a look at this question mark. Don't forget to sub to the channel if you were new. If you join the Trippy Club, our membership, you'll have access to some exclusive emojis. Alright, so here's the question mark right there. So that's where it's at. And we're pretty much pointed at it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, we were right. Look at that. We're pointed right at it. We were definitely at the right spot. So that was right. Yeah, you could tell that the groove looked like that from the side. But yeah, that'll be perfect. We'll get... Oh, dude, the clock just hit 4:20? No way, dude. You guys are the best. Got my coffee mug up. Cheers to everybody hanging out tonight. Really hope you have a trippy weekend. We'll have another big live stream tomorrow night. I promise you that. And you know we're getting extra trippy. That is for damn sure. Cheers to everybody in here. Happy 420, my friends. Alright, so I'm cut off on coffee now, though. I'm already psycho for drinking coffee at 4:20, but, you know, I'll do anything for you guys. Hey, are you trying to sneak up on us? I saw that. So there's the question mark, guys. The birds, right? Very similar to the birds that we see at the Fort Wallace Tower. And you got the question mark, which is right there. I'm still not convinced it is a question mark, but it definitely looks exactly like one. And a lot of people in the chat seem to think it's a question mark. Blue Moon Gamer Guy Fluffy just checked, and there is no feathers on his grave, only a red tie around the post of his grave. Alright, so do we we not have a horse around here? Son of a bee. Well, you know what they say. When you don't have a horse, just steal some guy's horse that's riding by. That's what I always say. Alright, we need to get to Fort Wallace, though. What's the fastest route? Okay, perfect. Open the door. What? There's no doors around here. What are you talking about? We're in the wilderness. Jeez, that guy. I mean, if you don't even know that there's no doors around, then you probably don't deserve a horse anyways. Oregano beef. Massive shout out to everybody in here. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Almost at 100 likes. Trippy Sam Masto says, I'm sure the secret has something to do with the Indians. Feather, Wapiti, elk territory, maybe thunder has something to do with this too. I agree with you, Stan Masto. I mean, clearly with the feathers, that means they do have some sort of Native American link, right? It's a good call. Watch out! Yeah, I really hope you all have a good Saturday coming up. Definitely looking forward to it for me because, you know, I got some good breakfast. I already, you know, made sure to go to the store Friday to grab some good breakfast stuff so I can do the late night live stream, chill with you guys, roll out of bed, and cook some bacon. It's like you could either have in the morning you could have bacon or a BJ. I'm going bacon all day. Bacon and a BJ. Alright, so back here is where we can find this crazy bird symbol of some kind. So it's right here. You go up here to the top of the tower. And there they are. So very, very discreet. Now I thought maybe they're not birds. Perhaps it could be a pair of butt cheeks, you know, some apple bottoms. Or, you know, maybe it's hills. But it does seem to be birds. Because it is birds, it leads a lot of people to think that, you know, it could be just leading towards the, you know, the Bigfoot or the giant. Doesn't look like you can see the question mark from back here. It's tough, though. Damn, those kind of look like pyramids over there. You know, it's tough knowing what Rockstar actually has in mind. But what do you guys think about the actual birds themselves? Like, what is your call as to why Rockstar would put them in the game? I mean, those are very interesting hidden symbols, aren't they? Especially because they're very simple. But I think there might be something linked up to this, guys, that people don't realize. Take a look at this for a second, guys, and tell me what you think. Alright, so I wanted to give you a good view of that. There is... Okay, there is one thing I do want to show you guys. I don't know if we can fast travel with this horse, though, can we? It's probably going to screw me.
You're okay.
You know what? I'll just go... We'll just go to Valentine. Fast travel from Valentine. Much love to you guys. We got Cedix saying exactly we can check out, work basically all the way up into the last pole with the guitar. Much love. Red belt.
Penny for the blind.
Ah, look who it is.
Penny for the blind.
How about,
Penny
okay,
for the
you're saying
blind.
penny for the blind, but in reality you're asking for $1, so that's kind of
Penny for
greedy.
the blind.
You're like the, you know, the blind version of Microsoft
Penny for
over
the
here.
blind.
Yeah, will I get Game Pass for that?
Penny for the blind.
How about this? Wait a minute. Wait, now I call BS, guys. Are you kidding me? Wish we could steal his staff, though. That'd be kind of cool. I shot him in the toe. That was supposed to be merely a threatening, you know, fire to the toe. Yeah, you know, maybe lose a pinky or something, but it's not meant to be that. It's not meant to be deadly. You can live without your pinky toe, right? Pretty sure. Massive shout out to M Life. What is up, mate? Starting to think that we may get called some sort of murderer, kidnapper, or both. So we might have to ditch the dead guy. Go. There you go, blind man Cassidy. Perfect. The buzzards will be eating good tonight. Is there a rando up top there? Interesting.
Hey, partner.
Hey, partner. Connor says last time we just got a symbol. It was a spider, which the map overlay maybe. Their birds are a map overlay, and the green color is a clue to where we overlay it. Very possible. The birds are really weird, you know, because say, I know a lot of people think it lines up to, you know, the giant mystery, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of random, right? Finding birds up top, what? That wouldn't lead you to the giant. I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe they're thinking it's hard to find those birds, right? Because you have to have a certain amount of percentage of, I think, animals discovered. But I'll show you. I think there might be a clue that is potentially linked up to that nobody's really talking about. And it's over at Butcher Creek. Fast travel over there. Okay, Butcher Creek.
Doing all right?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we'll have to go to Emerald Station first. Let me take a look at the map.
Hello.
Interesting.
Time to wake up. We're here. Thanks for that, friend. Safe travel.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and travel on over to Butcher Creek. It's not too far away. There we go. Once again, really appreciate those of you who are hanging out tonight. Having a pretty good stream. Definitely having a blast. And we got a whole extra game to jump into just in a moment that probably started this whole Spiderweb mystery to begin with. So I'm going to put it in autopilot. We're just cruising on over to Butcher Creek. I got something to show you guys there. Shelly, I'll put you in a charge for a second. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm just running to the other room and right back. Much love.
Howdy there, stranger. Hey, that's a nice looking horse you have there. Bet it ain't faster than mine, though. Ariel's my pride and joy. Why don't we race to Van Horn, the trading post? Hold on a minute now. We're talking to you. So, what'll it be? We gonna race? All right, no problem. No harm in asking.
Watch where you going.
Alright guys, here we are, approaching Butcher Creek. So, a lot of things going on here, of course, with the outhouse mystery, but the one thing that, you know, this whole Spiderweb mystery reminded me of, and keep in mind, here's where you find the dream catchers. You know, the dream catchers have a feather on it, right? Just like the spider webs. So what I was thinking of, let me bring the chat up for you guys. What I was thinking of is this symbol right over here that, you know, we don't see a lot of people talking about. We discovered it here at the Trippy Fam, and yeah, I always thought it might have more significance. Let's see, is it this one here? Should be this one right on the other side of the cabin. There's actually up here it's an interesting spot right there. Thinking online they have a treasure hidden there sometimes, but this is what I was talking about. So if you look at this right here, I think we want to see if maybe I can move. You see how you have two 2x4s in the way right here, and you see how they even kind of clip in with the pallet down there. So I don't know, man, you can tell Rockstar put this in after the fact. They're trying to cover something up. Look at that, it doesn't even look right at all. So this is covering up something big. We don't have any of our weapons here. Hopefully this will work with maybe like a throwing knife or something. Yeah, this should work. We need to get these out of the way. Boom. So you see how you move those out of the way, and all of a sudden you can find some hidden stuff right here. You see that? Hidden letters. So there's an SM down there. Looks like an LJ, I think. LJ SM potentially. So not necessarily sure if they do link up to the spider webs, but you know, to me it just seems very similar as far as like a texture that is hidden. You know, these remind me of the birds, you know what I mean, that are hidden on top of the tower. It's kind of a similar, you know, similar type hidden symbol. And I almost wonder if, you know, because you got the white around the names here as well. But it's interesting, right? The fact that they're hidden behind the palette. Much love to, how do you say this? Fnol says those are developer initials. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, it's kind of a weird spot to put the developer initials. You know what I mean? Inside the an outhouse at Butcher Creek is certainly a choice on where you want to put them. But yeah, it's all good. I mean, Butcher Creek is a lot of mystery behind it as well, with the bones on top of the roof. And, you know, you see all these dead animals and the bones, but really, if you look over here, underneath this thing, that is where you find the human skulls. Oh, hey, buddy. Don't mind me, I'm just guarding the skulls. Alright, that said, guys, we need to switch over to GTA 5. And there's a reason why. Because I believe this is where, you know, the whole Spiderweb mystery started. I'll show you. It's pretty much very close to the same Spiderweb within Red Dead Redemption 2. Can also be found here in GTA 5. So I gotta show you this. This is probably a massive piece of the puzzle. Much love to Mal. Probably said that wrong. I've heard that the feathers could work as a clock with the spider webs, and since some are red and some are black, they could represent hours and minutes. Interesting. Load up the story. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Might have accidentally hit the mic there. Yeah, very interesting. Slipshoe says, so if the spider symbol overlays the Wapiti camp, then what's in the center? The center of the Wapiti camp? All right. Okay, yeah, we'll be good using Franklin. Should work. Nice. Alright, so...
Can I get a cab right away?
Not a problem. A driver's on the way.
I'll be here.
47. I wonder, do we have a helicopter yet? I think we have to buy that. Alright, let's go take a look at it. I can't remember if we bought it in this file or not. J-Mac, would you say the center is a tree with the biggest spider web? Is there a spider web on one of the trees? I thought they were all on the power lines. Or the power poles, I should say. I'm not convinced that it's making a spider symbol, but it definitely is a possibility. I mean, it would make sense as far as like, maybe if you find the 8 legs of the spider. But, you know, if that's the case, then who knows what direction they want you to take if there's 8 different directions, right?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Got some pop-up going on back there. Might take a while for the should be good. I'm trying to think of the time, but yeah, it might take a while if we order a chopper, get it to be delivered. So I'm just gonna go ahead.
A couple of minutes.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the taxi. I think that'll work. Shelly, it is definitely connected to GTA. I'll show you in a moment. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I wonder how long this is gonna take in the game.
Where can I take you?
We need it to be closer to 1 o'clock. Or is it 11 o'clock? I think it's 1 o'clock a.m.
Okay, buddy. There you go.
It's been a while. Alright. 12:47. You know what? I've got an idea. See if the cab will come right back.
Hey, I need a cab.
I'm sending one out right now.
Cool.
Cool. Mount Chiliad. Actors just driving by, man. This game still holds enough. It holds up enough to know that if they actually give the true next-gen game, man, is it going to be trippy, right? It's going to be completely off the chain. All right, I'm going to go down here and then back up just to waste a little bit of time so that way it's perfect for us.
Hey, we're here. So where do you want to go?
All right, what time does that? Okay, perfect. So now we're going back up here. Then we'll take the gondola all the way up to the top. Much love, Shelly. There is no channel I trust more with solving Rockstar mysteries and trippy commentaries. Much love, Shelly. Really appreciate you for being so awesome. Alright, to the top. What time is it now? Alright, 5:23. Mount Chiliad Trail. And this is actually going to have some significance with a movie that, or it's not a movie, but a video that I do have in the works for you guys. Alright, going up. Alright. 1735, of course you have the Chiliad Mystery Mural. Don't be surprised if maybe we find that in GTA 6, or at least in some capacity, maybe like a new version of the Chiliad mural. Lightning strikes, which seem to be a potential part of the Red Dead Redemption mystery as well. And for as big as Mount Shan is, you know, those mountains that we have within Red Dead Redemption 2, you got to remember that the mountain that we have here in GTA just towers over all of that. Mount Chiliad. Look how high up we are. Really does put Mount Shan and Mount Hagen to shame. So right here, you got the message, come back when your story is complete, with the eye symbol down there, the UFO symbol. And then there's going to be a spider web that is going to appear on the mountain. Now the thing is that there's actually 2 spider webs within this game. And the second spider web, just like the first one, appear on Mount Chiliad. So both spider webs are on Mount Chiliad. Hey, what do we do? What the heck? Oh, you're running away. Really? Got some low-key racist Karens in GTA 5 here. which is probably about right. Also, I always found the names of the trail to be really interesting. You got the Old Man's Crack. Old Man's Crack. I'll show you the other names too. Okay. More people hanging out down here. I wonder if we have the peyote plant over here. Nice, there it is. Hidden peyote plant. We'll eat that in a little bit. So yeah, here's the signs right here. West Ridge Trail, Polito Point Aerial Tramway, East Ridge Trail. This one's blank, which is interesting. Braddock Pass. Bell's End. Danger. That's some interesting name for a path. Okay, sun's going down. We will indulge in some psychedelic peyote here shortly, but first we got to look at the spiderweb. So the spiderweb will only appear for 1 in-game hour. Spiderweb's going to appear over near the gondola hut, a very similar spiderweb to the one that appears in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, look at this right here. Another danger sign. Look at this. This is interesting, right? Do you think this is built? Was it built for, you know, like some sort of skydivers or, you know, somebody jumping off? Because why else, you know, what purpose would this have? But what you can do is, because the spiderwebs will only appear in 1 in-game hour within Grand Theft Auto, it is actually possible for you to come over here, see the first spiderweb, and then jump off and go to the next. But look at the birds. What if those birds that we found are a symbol for Grand Theft Auto 5? Right? Because it's kind of that California bird. And there's 2 birds for the 2 spiderwebs that you can find here in GTA 5. So maybe they really do want you to change games altogether. Perhaps Rockstar is, you know, leading us back to an unsolved mystery here in Grand Theft Auto 5. And of course, with all that stuff right here next to the Chiliad Mystery Mural, it almost makes you wonder, like, they could almost be lining us back up to the Chiliad Mystery. They give you a parachute at the cable car station on top, which is also linked to the spiderweb. You think the parachute is linked to the spiderweb? I mean, like I said, you know, you can grab the parachute, look at one spiderweb, jump off the ramp, and go see the second spiderweb, all within 1 in-game hour. So we've done that. Look at these people showed back up again. So that's where, you know, I always thought that they gave you just enough time to pull that off, right? What's the chances? Another interesting aspect to the game is if you were to clip through this door right here. Notice how this door is open, this door's open, as well as that one, but this one's closed. If you clip through that door, the closed door, there's actually like a spinning cube in there or something like that. So, I don't know. A lot of us speculate maybe the cube has something to do with the gondola or whatever. But yeah, spinning cube. Do we have any... I'll check this out. I can show you something kind of cool. Alright, we're dropping the Skyliner in 3, 2, 1. Yes. No harm done. Well, maybe a little harm done. Let me, because I couldn't remember if it's 11 or 1 o'clock that we got to see this. Let me do a quick search for it. Hold on. I want to say it might be 11, actually. Okay, yeah, 1 to 2. Interesting. What I just Google searched just did a combination too. These webs often found near telegraph poles and other structures. That's weird. It doesn't do that in this game as far as I know. Alright, just looking at one thing here. Oh, okay, kind of. Interesting. Getting close. There we go. Got you guys back up. Don't forget we got the limited edition trippy spider emoji. So 1 o'clock we can see this spider web, which you guys can be the judge if it links up to the same spider webs found in Red Dead Redemption 2. Much love, Tony the Tiger. Special shout out to Shelly. Two Crows, New Austin? What are you talking? Is there a location called Two Crows in New Austin? Let me see. That'd be interesting. Two Crows, New Austin. Let's see here. Two Crows is a ruined structure in Red Dead Redemption, Cholla Springs region. Interesting. Two Crows. We'll have to go check it out. Good call. I mean, it's pretty far away. Two Crows Boys. Interesting. Much love. Appreciate the comment. Could be onto something. I mean, that would be random as hell, but you can never put anything past Rockstar, you know? J-Mac wasn't Red Harlow from Two Crows. Oh, is that his, like, camp or whatever? Or did it look like his camp, and it's kind of like a look-alike? It's interesting. That would be sick if it links back to Red Harlow, you know? So, like I was telling you guys, there's going to be 2 spiderwebs in this game. We're finding more spiderwebs in Red Dead Redemption 2 after all these years. What? The gondola's back. But, yeah, so there's 2 different spiderwebs. Not only is there one on top of Mount Chiliad, but there's even one at the bottom of Mount Chiliad. So if you were to jump off and land right here, the very edge of Mount Chiliad has another spider web. But, you know, don't believe me? I will show you in a moment, and you will see the clear link to, you know, of course, the Red Dead Redemption spider web. And obviously, anybody who may be just joining up, you might be saying, hey, you know, it doesn't look like Red Dead Redemption to me. There's been brand new discoveries within Red Dead, which is spider webs hidden through the game. And what I'm going to show you is how the mystery actually began here in GTA. And the crazy part about it is, you know, we were probably the main channel that was covering, you know, in our satellite channels. So, very interesting indeed. Getting very close to the spider web spawning. It'll be right here on top of Chiliad. The old man's crack. It's interesting you can find both online and story mode, which is also the case in GTA. So both this game and Red Dead Redemption, you can find the spider web in both modes. Also, you know, it's the same time frame. It's a 1 hour in-game time frame. Is it possible there are more spider webs in GTA 5 that haven't been found? It's definitely possible. The Owl's Music. We've done some live streams here at the channel trying to find them. We've looked. Now, as I was saying, that both of these spider webs are technically on Mount Chiliad. The other spider web is under a bridge. So both are on Mount Chiliad. It's kind of interesting they're in the same area, which makes you think they might have something to do with the Chiliad mystery. RJ, could the webs represent guitar strings and the feathers are, what is that, tablature? It could represent guitar strings. They certainly look like guitar strings. That's for sure. Alright, but you're about to see the spider web here in GTA 5. Hopefully you guys know what they look like in Red Dead Redemption. We looked at it earlier in the stream if you guys missed it. And they seem to work the same exact way. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. Basically, you look at this, you look away from the spider web, and then you look to where they are, and it will magically spawn. But after 2, and you look away, once you look back, the spider web will be gone. So it's really interesting. It's very, very time sensitive, which that adds to the confusion, because how are you supposed to find something that's only in the game, you know, for 1 in-game hour? That's not a lot of time at all. So you got to go around and search for that 1 game in hour, you know, load it back up again, search. So that's where it's possible that there's still some that haven't been discovered. Like I said, you know, we've looked, but there's a lot of room to cover. Shout out to everybody on Reddit and everybody who's been hard at work trying to find the webs, because it's pretty difficult. Alright, there you go. So, no spider web, right? You see no spider web? Well, now you see a spider web. You see that? Just like the spider webs in Red Dead Redemption 2, it magically appears. The texture even seems similar, not identical, but definitely similar. And I think that is probably enough proof to show you that the mysteries are connected. A spider web seemingly out of nowhere that spawned. Very, very interesting. Shout out to T-Lex with a $2 holler. Definitely show love to our girl T-Lex. Hope you have a nice weekend. And there you go. The spider web, not only in Red Dead Redemption 2, but the whole time it was in GTA 5. Now, GTA was out for years before this was discovered. Just like the spider webs in Red Dead Redemption 2. That game was out for years and never has been discovered until recently, guys. Pretty mind-blowing if you ask me. So what do the spider webs mean? Is it a Rockstar troll? Maybe it's a wild goose chase? Because You have 2 spider webs, this one and one on the bottom of the mountain here in Grand Theft Auto 5, but it has certainly evolved in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's more spider webs. It seems to be linked up with guitars, possibly the bird symbols, maybe even a question mark. So we're at the tip of the iceberg. Hopefully we can solve this mystery. You know, I'll be keeping you up to date as well. And we are going to actually do an online investigation for tomorrow's stream, guys. So just watch out for that. Definitely could use your help. We'll be on PlayStation Online. So it's 2 o'clock now. So there's the spider web, right? What's the big deal, Trippy? Spider, you know, put its web right here underneath the railing. What's so bad about that? Of course there's going to be spider web. What's spider web? There's no spider web. Rockstar's got to be the most mysterious developer of all. You know, are they sending us on some sort of, you know, dead-end trail here, guys? Or is there something going on with the spiderweb mystery? And considering just how popular it is right now, a lot of people talking about it within the Red Dead Redemption 2 community, I think we could have a breakthrough. Because I'll tell you what, we were one of the only ones covering the spiderweb mystery back in the day. Search it up. Spiderweb mystery trippy commentaries. There'll be several videos you can watch to get caught up. And there's not too many people covering it, you know? So it's good to have a bigger team to try to solve this thing here in Red Dead Redemption 2's version. That's for damn sure. But that said, it is 5 o'clock a.m. here on the East Coast. This was an awesome stream, man. Absolutely epic. I had a blast. Really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me. But you know, we got to get trippy, guys. That is always the key. Getting trippy, my friends. Final shout-outs to SetX. Much love, broski. Don't be a stranger. Don't forget to sub. Blue Moon Gamer Guy. Appreciate you, Blue Moon. Massive shout-out to Mr. Flibble. Wait a minute. One of the 2 birds? A hawk?
This is incredible.
No way.
Man.
Much love to Malanga.
On them drugs.
Huge shout-out to Slip Shoe. I'll hit you up, Slip Shoe. Much love, dude. Trippy Sam Masto, you are a god tier member of the Trippy fam, Sam Masto. Shout out to Sarah. What's happening, Sarah? Good to see you. Much love. Rocket Smoke. Didn't see you, Rocket. Spiderweb in the center of the spider overlay is huge. Really? Damn, dude. We got some unfinished business. We got more to look at. We'll be looking at it tomorrow night. Part 2 of the Spider Mystery stream and investigation. That'll be tomorrow night. And we're actually going to do some stuff in online. So I really could use your help, guys. PlayStation, PS4, PS5, you can join up with us. If you hit the noti bell, it'll let you know when we go live. Much love, Gerald. Hope you got a good weekend coming up, Gerald. Join up tomorrow night if you can. Much love, Shelly. Shelly, maybe you could finally join up sometime. Fluffy, you were like the MVP of the stream tonight. Really appreciate you. Flibble. Huge shout out to Brian. You've been in here the entire time. Yes, dude, turning into a bird. That's how we go, man. We are very poetic here, the Trippy fam. You know, you got the birds, the spider webs, the guitar. I do have a guitar, but it's in storage right now downstairs. So I'd roll out with the guitar riff, just on behalf of the Spiderweb mystery. Alright, guys. It's been real. Hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll be getting trippy all weekend long, so watch out for that. Till next time, guys. Stay tuned. Adios, muchachos. And as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends. Y'all come back now, you hear?
We have a fucking pendejo walking out there. I'm gonna seriously fuck you up.
Help! Die, asshole!